Yo, what is up everyone? Welcome back to some more F1 My Team. Today we're here for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix at Baku. Now first of all, as always, if you missed the previous episode at Monaco, go check it out as we see Mr. Tim Marduk in the background having a bit of a chinwag with Sebastian Vettel. And also, if you guys are new to the channel, I do daily content, My Team, pretty much every other day. Then get subscribed for that kind of content, guys, as we, are ticking away slowly but surely, chipping away towards 100k, and hopefully one day we'll make it. But this weekend, you can see, in terms of the performance chart, we are, again, making up ground on the top two teams, Red Bull and Mercedes. For the first time, other teams have brought more upgrades, but we also have some more upgrades of our own on the way, including an ultimate aerodynamic upgrade, which should be massive and could help us take a massive step towards the front two teams. Now, after practice, as you just saw in the background, we had a pretty decent session, scoring 450 points out of 450, so a positive start to the weekend. And we now move into qualifying, a track where the first two seasons we've had a bit of a rough time of it, to be honest, around here. It's not been my best track. I've been pretty public of my displeasure for Baku, and not a track that I particularly love, so we'll see how it goes. But the car feels good, and that's all that matters. And, regardless of Saturday, the points are scored on Sunday, and that gives us a fighting chance regardless of whatever happens. Now, I mentioned in previous episodes, the AI seem to be getting quite fast now on Saturday. It's almost like with the upgrades and the faster cars, they're getting stronger and stronger, and it's harder for me to match them. So we're going to see if we can try and turn that around this weekend. But in qualifying, our first lap gives us P7 behind Ocon and ahead of Giovinazzi, which is nothing spectacular. At the time of, let's say 2 minutes to go in the session, I've got just enough time to start a lap here and get it done before the timer runs out. And we're currently P16, so we need this lap to improve. I had to find a bit of space on the track, so it does mean we are going to start the lap a bit close to George Russell ahead in the Alpine, but it shouldn't cause a problem as he's also on a push lap right now. So down to turn 1, fourth gear, trying to use the exit curb to get some nice traction. Down to turn 2, important to really open up the corner entry and then clean up your exit and get a nice run down to turn 3. On the gas for about 10 seconds and then spot the 100-meter board as your reference. Brake down to third gear, avoid the inside curb, short shift up to fourth on your exit, bring the car to the left, open up turn 4, another 90-degree corner, important again to short shift on the exit, minimise wheel spin, then into a left right, 5 and 6, tricky section, really important again to focus on exit speed, so you kind of sacrifice the left, keep it very tight to maximise your exit out of the right. Hairpin, tricky kind of double apex right, as you want to make sure you really carry the low mid corner speed. And then through the castle section, fourth gear, a bit out of shape, then through the next 90-degree left, using all the runoff on the right hand side there to really maximise our traction. Back on the throttle, flat out for nearly 8 to 10 seconds. Left hand side braking to bring the car back over to the right and straight line the brake zone. Flick it left over the crest and then down the hill into the final brake zone of the lap. Fourth gear and then quickly back on the gas as we have a bit of oversteer on the exit. And also apologies for the FPS, which seems to be a bit all over the place this lap, not quite sure why, but through the little left-right chicane, flat out though, the entire way, running up to the line. It's going to be an improvement by 2.5 tenths, so a pretty decent lap as we run across the start-finish and set a 134.6. So there we go. Job done. We stay P16, but that improvement was enough to get the job done. We have Latifi and Schumacher on 5-place grid penalties behind us. And yeah, overall, not too shabby. The only bad thing is, I don't see us getting into Q3, to be honest, because Rosberg is a long way away in P9. So yeah, that's it for Q1. We now move to Q2. This first time lap was on a used set of tyres that I used in Q1, so I'm not expecting any kind of miracle with this tyre. We're aiming for a 34.6 minimum. That was the time we got through with in Q1, so I want to try and at least hit that time again. Across the line we go on our first lap on a used set, and it's a 34.8, so not really a lap I'm super happy with, but there wasn't a lot more pace in it. And we're now going to go for our final flying lap. We're going to give it everything. We've got nothing to lose. We're P16, so let's yeet it around Baku and hope for a miracle.
Just 30 seconds left in the session.
And across the line, it's not too bad. The lap itself was near enough perfect, to be honest. There wasn't really anything majorly wrong with it. I felt pretty satisfied. And in the end, we finished P13. I think looking at the pace, Vettel and Russell, maybe we could have challenged. I think turn 2, we missed the apex a little bit, but I don't think there was enough time there to challenge Seb and George. So P13, I'll take that. It's not the worst scenario to be in. We get the free tyre choice. 7/10 off Rosberg, though, a long way off the pace as we wrap up qualifying here today. And we're now going to move into the race for round 4 for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix.
With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position, and it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Rosberg, Lando Norris and Perez, Leclerc, Ricciardo, Sainz and Pierre Gasly, Russell, Vettel, Martinez and Stroll, Tsunoda, Ocon, Antonio Giovinazzi and Nobuharu Matsushita, Lundgaard, Mazepin, Latifi, they've taken a grid penalty, and Mick Schumacher. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out. Then let's see who can prevail today.
You know what? We're going to keep this quite short. P13, decent qualifying, not ideal. We've got the alternate strategy, which is going to help us out. Medium to soft, no rain forecast, and fuel is going to be 0.5 extra. Let's jump into it, and let's turn this around. Right, let's do this. Let's see if we can try and make it a good start here at Baku. 5 lights are on, and we're underway. Not the best start, bogged down slightly, didn't quite optimise the revs. Down to turn 1, we're going to go to the outside as we get past Sebastian Vettel, who's gone for the hard tyre. Interesting, both Aston Martins I think have gone for that tyre. We had a look up the inside of Gasly there, didn't quite make the move stick though. I put my nose in, probably shouldn't have, to be fair. I may have had a better exit had I just, stayed in line. So P12 for now, we've gained 1 place as we head into turn 3. So we've had a pretty decent start. We've got Gasly and Ricciardo ahead on softs. I think Russell and P9 is on mediums. So if we can try and get near to George, maybe even pass him, that would put us in a very good net race position. But for now, this is exactly what we want. For now, we're going to see if we can match the soft runners for pace. I think it's going to be quite difficult. We've struggled in the last 2 seasons around here for pace at the start. So that's going to be a challenge. Obviously, our car's a lot better this year, but I still think that challenge will be there. So let's see. You can see George already falling away from the lead group and struggling to hold pace. So I think we may see some action here. So I'm going to stay on board for a second as Ricciardo and Gasly pile the pressure on the young Brit in the Alpine. We may have a chance of possibly getting past Russell here. You never know, depending how this all shakes out. Through the left-hander, the final kind of braking zone of the lap. And now onto the main straight through the far chicane. We're all running in a bit of a train here, so we may see some action. Ricciardo having a look. He switches from the right to the left, and now here comes Pierre Gasly to the right-hand side. It's going to be 3 wide. And actually Russell delves into the pit lane. So Ricciardo out of the RS here across the start and finish. We're going to let these two do battle. I don't really want to get too involved here as they're on soft tyres, and realistically they're going to be faster than me at this stage of the race. So I just kind of want to just fall in line really and follow them. But we're now P11. Russell needing to pit pretty much gets him off tyre strat, so we're now the lead alternate tyre strategy runner. But look at this, Ricciardo coming back for more against Pierre Gasly. They both go for it into turn 3, and I think Ricciardo's got it done, you know. That's an absolute beauty of a move, and we're going to just sit behind and watch it all happen. We've lost a lot of ground, though, to the lead pack. So DRS is now available. I've got to say the car feels very good. I think I'm quite competitive already, and I'm just going to wait a little bit here to see what these two kind of do at the moment in terms of pace and on-track battles, but we may be able to pass both of them at the same time. I do feel like we've got some good race pace underneath us, and of course the alternate strategy, medium to soft, is going to be super effective. We've got a fresh set of soft tyres, of course, as we've got knocked out in Q2, so that could be a massive factor in this race in the second half once everyone struggles on their tyres. So we're looking good right now. We're dropping the Aston Martins on the hard tyre, and I'm just starting to put some pressure on Gasly here, so the medium tyre already starting to work and come into its own. Right, let's do this. I think Gasly is 1.1 behind Ricciardo, so he's officially out of DRS range, which means it's feeding time. Time to feast. Let's go for it. ERS switched on. The AlphaTauri seems pretty speedy on the straight, I'm not going to lie, but we're going to get the overspeed, and here we go to the right hand side. Job done into turn 1. We get the move done, and we're going to get DRS on Ricciardo for good measure as well. So that's worked out beautifully. Let's go after Danny Rick next, and then we can try and chase after those Ferraris up ahead. Looks like the cars ahead are also starting to lose some time. Maybe they're battling, I'm not sure, because Ricciardo's doing a good job of dragging me along here as we're gaining a load of time. You can visibly see them ahead as we close in, so it's going to be really important that we pass Ricciardo on this lap before we potentially get within DRS range. Currently 7/10 up here with a purple sector 1. Car is absolutely on fire right now. Feels much better than qualifying. Well, to be fair, I didn't feel bad in qualifying, but it just seems like I'm better on Sunday and it lacks the heavier fuel load. I mentioned this in Monaco, but you know, I think the AI is just going to be better at qualifying, full stop. Personal best 36.9 as we just get a yellow flag, so that was a crucial pass.
Yellow flag.
And it's up ahead. Who is it going to be? I think Lando Norris. Oh my god, he stacked it in the wall. That's a massive crash.
Okay, watch your pace. We've been informed that the safety car is out. There appears to have been an issue with multiple stopped vehicles on the track.
Now that's interesting. That might give the AI the window for the free pit stop. But do I want to go into the hard tyre? Now, interestingly, I think everyone's going to pit.
Nico has come into the pits. He's in the pit lane now.
Yep, Rosberg's in. It seems like quite a few cars are actually choosing to double stack, which is very surprising. So teams want to get the stop out of the way, even if it means double stacking. So we're P1 in this race. I'm going to go long. I'm going to commit to the strategy. I'm going to stick to the plan, because the reason for this, everyone that has just pit is going to be in traffic for at least another good 10 laps, as those who started on mediums and hards will continue to stay out. So
we're coming up to the safety car now. Do not pass it. You are the leader.
Sorry,
Follow
Jeff.
the safety car.
But as I was saying, those guys are going to have to just stay in traffic. I mean, they'll try and cut through and we'll see what happens. But for us, it gives me a chance to pull away from Tsunoda. I just heard on the radio before that Tsunoda may have car issues. I'm expecting them to be fixed for the restart. But still, with Vettel and P3 as a bit of a shield, we could potentially drop everyone here, pull away, race off into the lead, open up a big gap, and that might just give us the race on the soft tyre later. So really crucial phase of the race here. Right, let's see how this goes. Safety car restart. Do we leave it to the last second, or do we just bolt early on? Let's see. Do I get to control the speed? Yes, I do. That's good to know. Right, we're going to do a bit of a snap in here. We're going to try and delay this as much as we can. There we go. Let's floor it. Yeah, that's a good restart. Happy with that. Good timing. Right, let's go.
Green flag.
Let's try and see if we can push a little bit. The AI will be pretty strong for the first 2 laps at full power. After that, I expect them to drop off a little bit. Let's see if Tsunoda still has car issues. So that's going to be a straight giveaway if I start to pull away a lot. So far, seems like it's keeping up. Yep, we've done it. This is it. We're gone. Gap is 1 second. This is perfect. Let's keep pushing. This is exactly what we need now to make this race work, and we can win this race.
Check your MFD for a new strategy option. Confirmed.
There we go. The team locking me in now to that alternate strap onto the soft tyre. Let's go. So Verstappen has got himself up into P5. Worth noting, he's on mediums, so that might mean another stop for him in this race. If that's the case, then we could be looking pretty good. I don't know what time the Mercedes cars are on, but this is very promising early signs here. I swear to...
We've been informed of an incident which has resulted in lots of loose debris on the track. The safety car is being deployed.
Oh, brother.
A new strategy is available on the MFD.
Well...
Got that confirmed? Pitting this lap then. Come into the pits at the end of this lap.
I can't lie, I was trying to catch a mosquito on my ankle, which was pissing me off, but we're going to have to pit. We've got to take this for the hard tyre. We have to take it.
Nico is just peeling off into the pits now.
It
He's
might,
in the pits.
it might ruin my strategy, but I've got to take it. It's a free pit stop. I feel bad.
Complete. Go now.
I'm ruining Nico's race, but look at this. We're going to rejoin.
Stop. No more scheduled pit stops.
Look at this, P4 on the hard tyre. We just had to take it. Second safety car of the race though. And we're now going to the end of the race. And that should be net race lead for us once Leclerc, Hamilton and Verstappen pit. So that's massive. We've got Tsunoda behind on the same compound. There's a bit of a rear gunner. Vettel could be a threat on mediums in P3, net P3 to be fair. Now will Verstappen, Hamilton and Leclerc pit? I don't think they are. They're staying out. Very interesting. So they're going to drop right to the back.
Let's catch up to the field a bit. We're dropping too far back. Remember that we need to stay within 10 car lengths of the next car.
Yeah, don't worry, Jeff. So this is massive because Hamilton, especially in the championship, is higher up than us. So this is going to have massive championship ramifications. Safety car in this lap then for the second time this race. And for the second time in 13 laps. This time though, we're not leading the breakaway. It's going to be Max Verstappen. Let's see what kind of pace the AI have. And can we make it a good restart? Let's find out. Here we go. Gotta wait for the right time. Gotta wait for the green. Oh, didn't get that right. Not ideal timing.
Okay, clear.
Gonna force Leclerc into a defensive move here. We're gonna try and have a look around the outside. Can I find this move? Yes, I can. Leclerc fights back though. Up the inside, it's a big old Lungerino, but we're gonna get the better drive around the outside. And it's now going to be a drag race down to turn 3. Tsunoda getting in on the action behind. Oh no.
That was a heck of an impact. Let me know you're okay.
Oh man. Was I at fault here? I need to see this from this angle. Yeah. I moved across, man. The thing is, the arrow wasn't red, so I thought I was safe. I mean, I've already moved across here. My wheel's straight. I've already... See here, I've made my move already. Does someone have a right to this? Yeah. Oh, that's painful. That's a massive crash, by the way. Well, that's that. Wow, that's a real shame. And a third race in a row with a bad result. God, things are getting complicated in this championship, man.
A victory for Aston Martin. The team will certainly be celebrating tonight. Anthony Davidson, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
Taking care of the car was absolutely vital today. It's been obvious all weekend that the pace was there, but look at the attrition rate we've had. They would have been very concerned about any minor anomaly towards the latter stages of this Grand Prix.
I can see them on their way out to the podium now. Aston Martin are really making waves in this sport, and what a special race it was to see them earn the top spot.
Now this just confirms it. You know, it rubs salt in the wounds. But Sebastian Vettel wins A very familiar sight, seeing him celebrate on the podium and celebrating getting out of his Aston Martin, as both Aston Martins in the top 3, Bottas P2, Rosberg P4 and Ricciardo P5, Verstappen in 6th ahead of Gasly, Leclerc, Sainz and Perez. So no sign of Hamilton in the top 10. Missing out on the points, we have Russell, Ocon, Matsushita, Latifi, Schumacher, Lundgaard, Mazepin, Hamilton, DNF, P18 with a fastest lap. Interesting. Was he collected? We'll never know. We finished in P19 ahead of Tsunoda, Giovinazzi and Lando. So 5 retirements today. We're going to break this down in the driver standings, but we've had a really bad run of races. Stroll up to P4, Sebastian Vettel up to P6, and Rosberg up to P8. Now, somehow, Rosberg's only 7 points behind us. He's been getting the points, and he's back in the mix. We're 50 points behind Bottas as well, so we have taken a big hit in the championship. In the Constructors, we're 4th, 9 points behind Red Bull. Aston Martin leapfrog everyone to P2 and Mercedes lead out front. So, what a frustrating race, man. I'll hold my hand up, it's my bad, but I really thought Tsunoda wasn't that close because the arrow never turned red, it was always white, and I thought I could probably move across. I wanted to move to the right and open up the line as much as possible and try and go around the outside of Leclerc, and also to spook Tsunoda away a little bit, but yeah, I got it wrong. So mistakes happen. It's my first actual DNF crash, I believe. We've had 2 DNFs before, but those were gearbox issues, I believe. So, also one was a gearbox, one was an MG UK. So, yeah, we're now going to move to the laptop and see what we can do moving forward. Well, that's going to be a bit of a hit for the rivalry as we lose a big chunk of points to Sergio Perez, which is a bit of a shame. We did so well to stay close and, keep the rivalry relatively competitive, but that's going to really set us back in a big way. Acclaim wise, no big changes obviously for us, nothing, because we had a bad race, but Nico will gain a couple of points. Finally, cash payouts. Will we get all of them? No, we won't get the interviews. To be fair, I've not actually had the opportunity to do any interviews at all weekend. It's not like I've not answered the questions. I've not had a single interview all weekend, so yeah, not quite sure about that one, but cash wise, looking pretty decent. And yeah, we're now going to move into the upgrades. So first of all, before we jump into a personnel department event, we've only got a couple of days until the next race at Canada, so we'll do some activities first, and we're going to go for G-Force training to improve Rosberg's focus and racecraft. We'll go ahead and do an upgrade on the performance side of things, and I think, looking at the points that we have available to us, I'm tempted for a possible upgrade that's got a decent discount. If possible, that would be nice. Exhaust for engine power, that'd be the last one. Rotors, fuel, not really many big discounts right now. I'm not gonna lie. I might just go for a durability one or save some points. Actually, I'll go for this one. I'll go for the ICE. That's 24%. That could work quite well for us, and I think that's all we can afford right now. So, bit of a shame. Let's jump into this event though, and let's see what they've got to say. Holiday request. Rosberg feels they've been pushed especially hard recently and have requested some personal time to give them a chance to recharge. Thoughts? So if we accept Rosberg, +7 awareness, -5 racecraft. If we decline, it would go the other way. We're going to go ahead though and accept, because we did just do, well, we've got a program for him planned to improve his racecraft anyway, so that will kind of go back up, so we're actually going to get the best of both worlds here, so we'll accept this. And there we are, we're ready for the next race, round 6 at the Canadian Grand Prix. Big apologies for the race today, and it wasn't what I wanted it to be. It doesn't happen often, so hopefully the next one we can bounce back. We need to bounce back as well. We need a win, not just any points, we need a win. So I'm going to try my hardest to try and get one of those out for you guys. But if you enjoyed today's episode up until the crash, then feel free to leave a like. It really helps me out. Let's try and smash 1,200 likes. Subscribe for more daily F1 content on my channel. And as always, a big shout out goes to the members of the channel. Finally, check out the 2 videos on screen if you haven't done so already. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, take care, and it's goodbye from me.